Hello everyone! I'm sorry I couldn't record a video last week because I went on holiday to Porto in Portugal, and unfortunately I couldn't bring my equipment and my computer to record there, so I'm very sorry. I hope you will forgive me. While being there in Porto, I tried to think of an idea of a video to do about Portugal, and so I decided to do a video about reasons to visit Portugal because I am myself Portuguese and I really like Portugal, and I hope you'll want to visit Portugal after watching this video. Before we start though, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's been watching my videos so far, because I just reached 1,100 views, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I'm quite proud of it. And I've got 44 subscribers, which is great because that means like 44 people are following me. So yeah, thank you. And let's get started now. Number one, Portugal is extremely cheap. Obviously, it will depend on what you do, because if you go to a 5-star hotel, you will end up paying more. But I mean, the average kind of restaurant, drinks and accommodation, I will talk about accommodation a bit later in the video, but food and drinks are usually very cheap. For example, a drink in a cafe, and I mean a soft drink, will be between €1 and €1.30. Small pastries will usually be around 60 cents or 1.30 depending on the size of the cake. Coffee is 60 cents. You can have breakfast for two for €6. You can have dinner for one for about 7 to 10 euros, including a soft drink, maybe even a beer. So yeah, it's very cheap. Number two, Portuguese people are very nice. What I mean by that is that when you need some help, so for example, if you're lost, if you want to find a pharmacy or whatever you're looking for, you can just simply ask anyone and they will be very keen on helping you. Funny thing though that happens sometimes is that, for example, if I'm in the post office, I will ask, the person in the post office where things are. And even sometimes the customers waiting in line will also kind of intervene, and then it will start a conversation between customers and staff and me about where to go, what's best, and so on and so forth. It just kind of shows that everyone is willing to help, and even if the customers in line could just literally be like, I'm not gonna bother helping that person, they will still help you, So I think that's great. Number three, the food. Portuguese food is so good. Oh my gosh. I cannot even explain how good it is. We have so many different dishes, and it's so different from other European countries. I'm thinking about English or French food. And there's a lot of seafood kind of dishes. So if you like fish and seafood, then what are you waiting for? Of course, if you do not like seafood or fish dishes that much, then we also have meat dishes, but you will be missing out though. If I were to give you some suggestions of food to eat, I would say have francesinha. I will put some pictures in there. Caldo verde, which is a soup. Salada de polvo, which is basically a salad with octopus in it. It's amazing. And then also rojões, which is pork meat in olive oil, and it's amazing. So if you do try it, let me know. Number four, Portuguese people, most of them anyway, speak English. So if you do not speak Portuguese, then you won't have any trouble getting by. You will be able to go to the pharmacy, do your shopping, maybe go to the hospital, which I hope you won't, without any problem really. And what surprised me as well is that even in smaller towns, because my family is from Esmores and I went there with a friend who didn't speak Portuguese, they speak English as well, which I didn't know, because when I go to Portugal I just speak Portuguese because I speak it. So I was very surprised that even in smaller towns people can speak some English. I think the main reason why Portuguese people are usually fairly fluent in English is that, of course, they have a compulsory language education, and they have also quite a fair amount of tourists, depending on the city, of course. But they also have subtitles on series and movies on TV, so it means they won't be dubbed, but they will be subtitled. So they will be exposed to English quite early on, really. I mean, as long as they watch TV, I guess. Number five, and it's something that I wanted to talk about because usually it's a big part of your budget when you travel, is transportation. I'm talking mainly about Porto because I've never been to Lisbon, but there transportation is usually €1.20 for the tube or the bus, so it's very cheap. But it is more expensive if you buy the tickets on the bus, and it will cost you €1.85, which is a bit more expensive. So my advice is to simply buy the card at the ticket machine, and this card you can top it up whenever you want to travel, and every ticket will then cost you €1.20. And you can just simply top it up at the ticket machine, or you can go to news agents, or I think even the post office, so it's very easy to top up. Another advice that I give you is that from the airport of Porto, you should take the train to go to Porto, because if you take the taxi it will cost you more, probably €10, and the train just costs you like €2.50, so it's definitely worth it to take the train, especially when they work very well. Number 6, and I said I would talk about it, is accommodation is very affordable. By accommodation I'm talking about Airbnb, because I didn't go to a hotel while in Porto. And for my Airbnb I paid £21 per night, and it was a very big flat, I think, in my opinion. There was 2 bedrooms, and in each bedroom there were 2 beds, so you can accommodate 4 people for about £5 each per night. And what I really liked about the flat was that the host welcomed us like in person, so that was very nice because she gave us advice on things to do and not to do. As tourists, you know, it's quite easy to fall into tourist traps and end up spending loads of money on something that's not even worth it. So it was definitely very good and useful to have that kind of advice. If by any chance you're interested in the flat I stayed in, then let me know in the comment section or send me a message and I will give you all the information you need. Number 7, the weather in Portugal is amazing. I went there last week and the weather was so good, considering that it was April. I think it was about between 20 to 25 degrees during the afternoon, and it was very sunny. I don't remember having any rain, so that was really good. I think Portugal and Spain have the best hot weathers in the whole of Europe. I might be wrong, maybe Italy might be similar. But yeah, Portugal is definitely a good destination if you want to get some warm weather before the summer. Especially if you want to escape the cold that I have, for example, in England. Last but not least, number 8, and this is about the scenery and the landscapes in Portugal, because they are truly amazing. If you go to the coast, so Porto and maybe south or north of that, you have amazing beaches, and I just loved it. Like, it's great, especially if you don't have a beach back home or where you are right now. It's definitely very good. The water might be cold, especially if you go there in April like me, but if you're brave, then why not? But it's definitely good in terms of beaches. In Porto, the city itself is also truly amazing. I will show you some pictures that I've taken, but I don't know, like there's a big bridge which you can go on top of, and you can like see the entire city from up there, and it's just amazing. Like, the views are truly amazing. The only thing I would add though is that Porto is very hilly, so if you go there and plan on walking a lot, do not come with only like high heels or very like, you know, not like proper shoes basically, because you're gonna have a lot of walking to do, and it's very hilly. Here you go. You'll thank me later. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, then please give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you think you might like my future videos, or also check out my channel. You can also like me on Facebook, and you can even message me there and I will reply. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say, and thank you again for watching my video, and I'll see you later. Bye!